When is Bitcoin going to hit a new all-time high? The million-dollar question. Maybe we should say the million Satoshi question. Well, in today's video, I want to share with you 3 different models which I am looking at which could see Bitcoin hit a new all-time high either in 2022, 2023, or even as far down the road as 2024. What are the catalysts that we need to understand to see any of those particular predictions play out? My name's Lark. I make videos talking about investing. If you do like that topic, then please make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you know in your heart of hearts that Bitcoin is going to be worth $1 million someday, then make sure to show your conviction in that reality by smashing the like button. Luke button, I am your father. Okay, serious time. We're all serious here. Okay, let's talk about the first scenario. And the scenario I think is actually the least likely scenario, and that is that a Bitcoin new all-time high is going to come in 2022. Now this, to be clear, I see as being a very, very unlikely scenario. Happy to be proven wrong. I'd be grateful to be wrong, obviously. But we do see a lot of people floating this idea around regularly, so we have to talk about it. Is there going to be a new high price for Bitcoin in 2022? Well, there's a lot of stuff working against the idea that we're going to see that actually happening. Here are some of the simple factors that make it pretty gosh darn unlikely in my opinion. One, of course, is that the macro situation would need to change dramatically for that to happen. Inflation would have to plummet at a record rate. Rate hikes by the Federal Reserve would need to not just stop, but to actually be reversed dramatically. The Federal Reserve maybe needs to start printing some huge sums of money again. All this stuff could, in theory, happen. But ask yourself, do you really think that sounds like a likely scenario to happen over the next 5 fricking months? Usually, these are the kind of things that take themselves a while to sort out. The market needs time to recover from all the trauma that just happened. The kind of COVID, very quick V-shaped recovery, a lot of people are hoping for that. But the macro conditions are different this time, and the macro conditions also remain very uncertain. That unprecedented monetary easing has turned into monetary tightening. All that being said, I still do anticipate a good relief rally at, well, let's hope soon, some point, definitely, but without any real big catalysts coming for Bitcoin, I just don't see it outperforming the wider markets to rally to a 2022 new all-time high. Now, of course, there's possible wildcard events that could see that happen. Maybe the approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF in the USA might make that happen. Don't hold your breath. Maybe with inflation raging, everyone's just going to decide again, hey, you know what? Bitcoin is actually an inflation hedge again, and we're all going to pile our money into it. Maybe. Maybe as well an economically important country like Switzerland, for example, is going to go out and make Bitcoin into legal tender. Oh, sure, it was nice when El Salvador did it. Oh, sure, it was great Central African Republic did it, but let's keep it real. We need a bigger player to do it. Maybe Russia's going to start accepting payments for oil in Bitcoin. And then, of course, they actually find somebody willing to pay them in Bitcoin for their oil. Can happen. It can happen. But if none of this happens, well, then go ahead and set your watches for June 1st, 2024. Not actually wearing a watch, whatever, you get the point, because that is when the next Bitcoin halving is going to be happening. But I'm going to tell you more on those new high theories for 2023 and for 2024 in just a moment. But real quick, though, let me just interrupt the flow to let you know that right now, we are actually running a big sale on the Wealth Mastery Investor Report. So for a limited time, you can get 33% off for a 3-month membership. Now, in case you're not familiar, we send this twice weekly to your inbox. We talk about altcoins, no BS reviews of altcoins, NFT mints, airdrops, token sales, step-by-step decentralized finance tutorials, top-tier technical analysis, and much, much more. Use the link down below in the description to take advantage of this limited time offer, which expires just a couple of days. So if you do want to get your hands on that, make sure to take advantage. And of course, you can always sign up for the free version as well if you don't want to go for the premium issue, but it is the most value-packed newsletter in crypto, so you should check it out. Okay, now let's talk about a 2023 market rally potential. New highs in 2023. This, in my opinion, I feel like it's a 50-50 scenario. Here again, we need to talk about the damn macro scene. Now this theory assumes that in 2023, inflation has both fallen and actually remained significantly lower. Like we go from 9.1% down to 3%. So if inflation just falls from like 9.1% down to like 8.1% and then stays there for like a year, That's not bullish. That's not a great scenario. This would also assume that either a recession didn't happen or that a recession did happen. It was very, very short-lived, just a little baby recession. If the sky is not falling, if things are not doom and gloom on the macro scene, then we might even see a potential for crypto to uncouple from the equity markets, assuming the equity markets are kind of blah, but not horrible. Remember, we are correlated until we are not correlated. But in general, we want to see a risk attitude entering the market again, and risk attitude is probably going to see the stock markets doing well as the crypto markets. And whether you like it or not, crypto is definitely a risk market, a high risk one at that. But a good market pump can actually draw in speculators like moths to a flame. What we must remember about crypto is that it is not going to be going anywhere. Crypto is only getting bigger. For all the years I've been making commentary on the markets, it's only got bigger. Getting bigger all the time. Adoption is growing all the time. All major social media platforms right now, they're integrating NFTs, and that all runs on blockchains, Ethereum and Polygon, right? They're integrating public networks, payment companies and banks offering Bitcoin to their customers. Just covered a story the other day about 65 million people in Brazil getting access to Bitcoin. Investment in the crypto space remains very high. $1 billion last week invested into crypto funds. There's $150 billion worth of stablecoins right now sitting in the market, 75x more than the last bear market bottom, waiting just to be unleashed by the bulls once market conditions change. That's a lot of dry powder, man. The point here is that crypto can either follow bettering macro conditions in 2023 or go on its own secular bull run simply because crypto is a big deal, man. Adoption is soaring. It's a massive force we reckon with. I know when the price goes down, it may not feel like that, but it actually is. When you understand the technology, it's a lot easier to be invested in this sector. Now, it's interesting for about a new high price for Bitcoin in 2023, if this theory did play out, it would actually invalidate the 4-year cycle theory, which we're going to talk about now. This is the third theory, the 4-year cycle. That would dictate a new all-time high for Bitcoin, likely late 2024. When I say new all-time high, I mean like $70,000, not the ultimate cycle high, which in this scenario would likely come in 2025. The basic premise here is that every 4 years, the daily emission of new Bitcoin is cut in half. So we're going to go down from 900 to 450 Bitcoin a day. Now this combined with natural rising demand causes a supply shock that sends the market scrambling higher about 4 to 6 months approximately after the Bitcoin halving actually happens. Now, currently, as mentioned, that event is scheduled to happen on June 1st, 2024. Give or take a few days in either direction, depending on how the blocks roll out between now and then. The 4-year cycle theory dictates that literally nothing else in crypto matters. Ethereum merge, completely unimportant, totally irrelevant to the overall market action. Growing adoption of NFTs, totally irrelevant. Stablecoin payments, who cares? None of it matters. The only thing that matters is the supply and demand mechanics of Bitcoin. It being the only relevant factor of the entire cryptocurrency market, I feel like it's becoming less and less important. To be honest, if it is the only thing that matters in crypto, it's kind of depressing to an extent because it means that one crypto still dominates the entire market to a scary extent. Right now, 60% of the market value in the market, it does not live on Bitcoin, right? Ethereum and tokens on top of Ethereum make up probably over 30% of the entire cryptocurrency market cap, just a little less than Bitcoin's total market cap. Other networks are growing in adoption all the time by providing applications and use cases that, people actually want by giving them things that they want to do, like playing games and move to earn applications and stablecoin payments, things beyond just storing value. Networks like Ethereum and Polygon and Solana are doing awesome stuff and will continue to do much more for long-term adoption of the entire blockchain and cryptocurrency technology sector than just Bitcoin will do with a store of value narrative. The 4-year cycle theory means no new highs until late 2024, and that is my least favorite theory personally. But until proven otherwise, it has remained a valid theory for the cryptocurrency markets, with all major market rallies previously aligning with the idea of a 4-year cycle centered around the Bitcoin halvings, with new highs coming like 18 months after the Bitcoin halving. See if that plays out this time. But what do you think is most likely? A 2022 rally, a 2023 rally, or 2024? The 4-year Bitcoin cycle remains king. Let me know down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.